people.
Well, that's good because I talk fast.
Great.
Hi, I'm Mark Johnson. I'm CEO of Zite, and we are a personalized iPad magazine that gets smarter as you use it. How many people here have Zite? I was turned around. OK, great. That's a good number. So we all have our problem. We're info junkies here, right? We love news. But the problem is there's lots of news out there. So you have to sift through a lot of cruft in order to find those real gems. And the way that Zite tries to solve this is by learning your tastes and preferences and trying to deliver you the kind of things that you like to read on a daily basis. So those of you that don't have Zite, I'm going to set up a profile here. I would love for you to do it with me because Zite's kind of like a snowflake. Yours is going to be personalized to the sorts of things you like. So it'd be great if you follow along with me. Actually, what I'm demoing here right now is something that we're announcing here on stage today. We call this release Sybil because Zite is finally getting multiple personalities. So we found that 30% of iPads are actually shared among their household. So now you don't have to worry about your teenager infecting your Zite with a Justin Bieber category. They can have their own category with whatever they want. So I'm going to create a new profile here real quickly. Oops. Well, whatever. And what I'm going to do here is sort of personalize it towards not Zit. There we go. Towards me. There we go. So the question for something like a personalization engine is how do you learn about someone really quickly? So you can see that we've got Twitter integrated with iOS 5 integration, so it knows I'm @PhilosophyGeek. I'm also going to stick in my Delicious profile here. Philosophy Geek. I try to keep it consistent. And what Zite is doing here is it's looking at the people I follow, the links that I share, the links that I've saved on Delicious, and trying to build a profile of me. And you can see it's done a pretty darn good job of this. So I'm a CEO startup. I'm an amateur mixologist and a professional drinker, so wine and mixology is really appropriate. And I actually used to work at Bing and Microsoft, so I was a search guy, so that's appropriate also. So it did a pretty good job of figuring me out up front with only a few clicks, and that's really important. But Zite also, you can customize it yourself. So we have over 5,000 categories in Zite. So we look at millions and millions of articles on a daily basis from tens of thousands of sources. So we have really sort of topics from the tail. So right now I'm interested in astronomy. I've been interested in taxidermy for a long time, long before Chuck Testa made it popular. Nope. So I'll add those categories. And now those are going to influence the kinds of things that I see. If you look at the top stories section here, these are the stories that are most personalized to me. And then I can go into the individual sections to learn more about that specific stream of information. Now, when I click on one of these, I can actually give Zite more information. So it's sort of like a Pandora for content. We can say that I really like this story, or give me more from TechCrunch. And that tells Zite the kinds of things you like to read. And it's about your topics. It's about the sources. And it's even about the style of writing. So what sort of style is this story written in? Another thing that we learned from Zite is that there's a lot of sharing that goes on. So about 10% of our stories are either shared or saved. So email, Twitter, Read It Later, Instapaper are some of the most popular ones. So that's something that we learned from our users. One thing that I want to share with you is our insight is that we were bought by CNN, which is why I have this sort of Zite CNN logo, which is really just a joke, about a month ago. And what we learned from that is that you have really one chance to get to the top of the App Store. I used to be a really big believer in soft launches, so you could learn a lot from your users and then do a big launch later. It's really hard to get to the top of the App Store. When we launched, we had about 125,000 downloads in the first week. We were at the top of the App Store for over 24 hours. It's just really hard to do. So I really encourage you, try to get your app right and launch it really big. Go out there really strong. And that's the best way to sort of get it out there and learn a lot from your users. So that's Zite. I hope a lot of you have set it up. If you have any questions, I'm mark@zite.com or I'm @PhilosophyGeek.
Great. Well done, Mark. And let's